Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss a new Screen Rant article that suggests we will see the return of Stu Macher in Scream 6. But could the key to his return be held in the hands of a character we have never even seen before? Let's find out. So Screen Rant posted an article recently that Stu Macher's possible return in Scream 6 is on the horizon. Now, the headline reads, Scream 6, Sam's mom appearing can finally give an answer to Stu's absence. Now, the article begins, neither Stu, nor Matthew Lillard, nor Sam, Melissa Barrera's mystery mom made an appearance in Scream 2022. Having Sam's mom be in Scream 6 can finally answer Stu's absence. Both Sam's mom and Stu are mentioned a few times throughout the film, but neither appears. Although Scream 2022 had many legacy characters, audiences didn't forget the one character they were hoping for, Stu, which if you are new to the channel, you'll find out quickly as you watch the videos here that I am all about Stu. I am the conductor of the Stu train. I have been that way for many, many years. So anyway, and those of you who here on the channel already know, you guys already know who we've been hoping for and who I've been hoping for, and I still am hoping for. Hope holds eternal. All right, next up. After a glimpse of Stu's house was seen on set pictures, many were almost positive Stu was going to make his long-awaited return to the franchise. Unfortunately, Stu didn't appear in Scream 2022, but that doesn't mean it's too late for him. That is right. In order for Stu to make an acceptable return, Sam's mother needs to make an appearance first. Directors Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett both claimed they originally had Sam's mom in the script, but cut her out. She was definitely in the script, this is a quote, but it just never made the cut. It felt like we were kind of opening the movie up too much and making it not as much about the sisters. Now that Sam, Tara, and their friends are known characters, it is time for Sam's mom to appear. Since it is assumed that Billy had an affair with Sam's mom, I think that's a little bit more than assumed because that's exactly what happened according to her own diaries. It is likely that Sam's mom knew Stu, I agree with that 100%, and could know where he is. It's possible. Or if he did die, which he didn't, what exactly happened to him. Now, there's just a couple of things in this section here that I want to bring up. Number one, I disagree that his return is contingent upon Sam's mom and what she would say. Because, like, for example, if Sam's mom, Christina, comes in 6, we see her in 6, which I think we will, and if she appears and there comes a time where she says, oh, well, you know, Stu died. He died 25 years ago, whatever it is. That does not mean she's right, because if the theory that I've been talking about here on the channel for a little bit now and with you guys about him having a faked death and that whole thing played out, if that's how that played out, then she would think he is dead. So I don't think her words and thoughts are the end all be all. I don't think that determines whether he's going to show up in the movie or not. In fact, if you were going to take this angle and in this idea, there's one character that to me would be much more in a position to make the statement like this, which would be Leslie Macher, Stu Macher's sister, who has to be around the same age as he would be now, very close. So she would have been, around that high school. She'd have been a teenager in that time. She would have been well aware of what's happening. So she would know. In my opinion, it would be very difficult to hide this fake death scenario from his sister. So if Leslie Macher comes out and says, oh no, I saw his body, and all that, if that's what happens, then that's going to be much more of a challenge to, figure out how that could be the case if they faked it to their own daughter or not. But not for Christina. I don't think it really isn't that, that decisive. So I just think that the writer is making it out to be that if Sam's mom does not come up with a great idea or a great backstory, that it's not going to work or he's not going to come back. I just don't think that's right. That's all. I don't think that's right. Leslie Mocker, to me, is much more critical and pivotal if you're gonna make that kind of a statement. You would pivot to her and then see what she says. But anyway, just wanted to mention that to you guys because I just don't agree with that section all the way. Now, next up we read, it's been confirmed that Scream 3 had an entirely different script at first, which, yep, you guys all know, we've talked about it. The original plot of the weakest in the franchise, which that's arguable, Scream 3, surrounded Stu locked up in jail, being the mastermind behind the murders. The entire script was eventually scrapped due to the Columbine high school shooting that happened during the writing period. Now, although the script changed, this doesn't erase the fact that Stu is alive. And I absolutely agree. And I want to read this again. Although the script changed, this doesn't erase the fact that Stu is alive. Exactly right. One of Sam's main issues in Scream 2022 was her tormenting visions of Billy, and getting answers about him from his best friend could help with her healing. It only makes sense that Stu will want to meet Sam, and both of them would benefit from meeting. If Sam's mom were to appear in Scream 6, she could also answer questions about the affair and Stu. Okay, now, again, I agree with most everything in this section as well, but I do want to talk about, though, this idea that Stu will want to meet Sam and both of them would benefit from meeting, and how it would help her with healing to get answers from Stu about her dad, Billy. This is where I starkly disagree, and I starkly go in a completely different path, because I believe that Stu is not interested in helping Sam. I don't believe he cares about helping her heal. I think at this point, Stu is filled with rage, filled with bitterness, and revenge is on the mind. And Billy's daughter is the one he wants to go after, because that's the offspring of Billy, and Billy gets all the spotlight. He gets all the attention. No one ever talks about Stu Mocker. It's always Billy Loomis, and he's ready to show that he's no longer in the shadow of Billy Loomis. And how do you do that? Well, you come back, you attempt revenge, on Sid too, of course, but really it's about knocking out Sam, Billy's daughter, to claim the top spot. And so I think he has no desire to want to try to help her. He wants to kill her. Okay, it's the opposite of that. He wants to destroy her because that's Billy's daughter. Now, there also could be a case made where it's one of two things. Either he wants to kill her, as I just said, as a target, or she's a target for him to recruit her to help him kill again. Because you could do it the other way around and say, Billy's gone, but I have his daughter, and I can carry on our legacy that I had with Billy with his daughter. And so he tries to recruit her to help him kill. And then Sam is battling the voice of Billy telling her to go and kill and to join him, unite with him. You'll love it. You're going to love, the taste of blood and the more you kill and all this stuff. So you could actually have Billy in her head and Stu in real life trying to pull her to the dark side as a tag team. And that would be interesting as well. So honestly, I love both scenarios. I love the scenario of her, of him being the target to try to kill her. And I love the idea of him trying to recruit her to kill with him. And so either one of those in my book are winners. And I hope that we see one of those play out. All right, the article wraps up with the following. Scream 6 has many potential characters who can return, but Stu and Sam's mom are on the top of the list. There have been theories about Sam possibly turning into Ghostface in Scream 6, and who better to join her than Stu? I absolutely love it, guys. And overall, I think this is a great article, and it just helps us to keep focused that the Stu train is rolling. It is gaining momentum. It's not slowing down. It's getting faster on the tracks. So if you're not on the Stu train, there's plenty of seats. It's still time. All right. I want to know what you think about this article. I want you to know, what do you think about Stu's possible return in Scream 6? Or do you think it may be Scream 7 before we see Stu? What are your thoughts? Are you on the Stu train? And are you ready to roll? Or perhaps are you skeptical that he's going to return and you don't think we'll ever see him again? I want to hear your opinions, whichever side you're on, your thoughts, your ideas, and your theories. So start leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss it together. Well, that's it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.